Hey everybody, Dionyos Royall here.
And this is Chef Nicky. Hi, my darlings.
And together we are the
The
unified
unified
couple.
couple.
Guys, I just want to ask you a couple of questions. My wife want to do the same thing. You know, we come to you guys together. You get a package deal with us. You know, I'm the head, and then she'll tell you she's the head. So there's no tail. Got two heads. Two heads are always better than one. But let me ask you guys a serious question. If you got children, right, and you know when it's time for the report card to come by, they get the report card, and your child brings home a C. That's average. That's considered average. Do you reward your child for bringing home all C's?
No, not in my house.
That doesn't
not
happen.
No.
Even when I was coming up, the C just wasn't passing to me. You know, the A, if you brought an A home, A stood for all right. And B stand for that's better, but you still want to be all right. And C stood for close
You could do
to
it better.
effing up. You know, that C, I mean, actually an acronym, you close to effing up. Not close to all right, but more close to effing up. And D mean damn near effed up. And F, you effed up. So, you know, you as a parent, you really are not satisfied with your child bringing home an average grade.
Right. But here in the United States, we have been taught that being average is okay. Having a C, which is 70%, is okay. That's passable. The FDA says 70% is passable. We're going to tell you today why average sucks.
Being average really does suck. We're going to go through some numbers and, you know, give you some validity behind why we feel that way about being average. I mean, guys, average is kind of like the median between the exceptional and those who don't do anything.
Nothing.
That's like at the medium. So, you know, when you're thinking about average, do you really want to be compared to somebody that's not doing anything? Or do you want to consider and compare yourself to the exceptional? And that's what we want to shoot for. And that's what we want you guys to get your mindset wrapped around it. You are not average. And if you are what you considered average, you probably wouldn't even be watching this video right now. You wouldn't be following us and the things that we talk about on a regular and consistent basis because, you know, you shoot for the exception. You know, you are the exception to the rule, and that's why you're here. So first number that we're going to jump into is the income. Let's talk about the average median income of a family here in North America. All right, so the average income for a yearly income for a family is $53,657. That's the average income for a household family. So now if you and your family aren't bringing in $53,657, then you're below average. And we already stated the fact that we don't want to be below average. We don't want to compare ourselves with those that are just sitting at home on the couch collecting the government incomes. Now, not saying that anything is wrong with those that have to collect government income because life has, you know, dealt some type of hands and situations and, you know, physically they aren't able to get out and go and work and get it. And some people psychologically don't have it where they can go out and care for themselves to provide that type of income. But there are those that take full advantage of the government and what they are offering. We actually saw, tell them about the video that Yaya was talking about in Atlanta when they were talking about the benefits got cut off.
Oh, yeah. They had a line outside. It wasn't actually the benefits cut off. It was the line for signing up for Section 8.
Okay, that one. Okay.
And people waited all night. And they waited across the street inside. The building was in a gate. And they were waiting for the gate to open. Well, they decided to allow the people to come in a few minutes early to line up. When they opened the gate, you would have thought it was the start gun at the Boston Marathon.
If we can find that clip, we're gonna, you know, kind of like edit it in here, guys, so you can see how crazy it was when those people open the gate, so you can just get a voucher for Section 8, not guaranteeing you that you were getting it, just a sheet of paper for an application, and people were basically running each other over.
Literally running people, knocking people down and running over them to get a piece of paper that's not even guaranteed for housing. They had 100 spots.
And probably
It was
2,000 or 3,000 people
there.
out there to get those slots. If they can just channel that information and channel that
Energy.
that energy towards something that can provide them a six-figure lifestyle, they probably end up with a six-figure lifestyle.
Over the past 3 days, 30,000 people showed up outside of Atlanta just to get an application for public housing. Today, an estimated 10,000 people stood in the lines for hours in 90-degree heat.
When they said, come on, it was a done deal. Everybody just called out, you know what I'm saying, like it was an old horse race or something.
A chaotic scene as hundreds make a run for the door and a chance at Dallas County housing vouchers. That story topping our news this midday. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I'm Ron Corning. Rental assistance at what price? At least 8 people suffered injuries while trying to line up this morning to apply for a limited number of Dallas County rental vouchers. That after waiting for hours in their cars. Channel 8's Cynthia Vega joining us live now from the Jesse Owens Memorial Complex in Dallas with more on what happened there. Hi, Cynthia.
Well, hi, good afternoon to you. You know, the organizers are telling us they did expect a huge crowd given the state of the economy and given that those with no to low income are truly in need of rental assistance. But in fact, people began arriving as early as 4 o'clock yesterday, but they had to park, Ron, all the way across the street. And many of them stayed there all through the night on a very hot night. And you could just imagine at 5:30 this morning when the gates finally opened, that's when things got out of hand.
Saw people run, so I started running and I slipped and fell all over the pavement. In my knee, my arm.
Jordan Spivey's all scuffed up after taking quite a tumble this morning, but grateful she wasn't trampled too, as hundreds raced to be first in line to apply for a Dallas County voucher for rental housing assistance.
It was a madhouse.
Ada McKenzie also injured as the crowd closed in around the door.
As you can see, the white all on my arm from being pinned up against the wall so strongly. People pushing, fighting.
But no, the one I was talking about there, the benefits had, the system went down for a while.
I remember that.
And there was a lady, and she said, they're going to have to do something to fix this because I got 6 kids and I only got 17 cents left on my link card, and they're going to have to do something. I got to feed my kids.
This food stamp card ain't got number 17 cents on it.
Terry Clark says she stood in line for more than 6 hours at Clayton County's Human Services office because food stamp help for her 6 children unexpectedly ended.
There's no telling my kids that we can't eat. I'm not taking no because my babies don't deserve that. Nobody kids should go hungry down here.
That is not the mentality that we want you to compare yourself with. We want you to get up to the exceptional. So back to the income of $53,000. If your income is exceeding $53,000, that's great. And I'm sure that you're not satisfied with that. You wanted to exceed more than that. I mean, some of us, we know people that make $53,000 in a 30-day cycle. So it is highly possible, and we want to show people how that they can change their mindset to wrap their mind around this type of income not being yearly, but actually being a monthly income. Results aren't typical. You do have to put in the work, and everybody isn't guaranteed to make this type of income when you work with us, but there are a lot of people that are maintaining and living this type of lifestyle. So that's the income that we wanted to talk about. You know, first, the median income of being $53,000, and you want to exceed that type of lifestyle for yourself. You want to be above average. Like we said, being average sucks. And if you are making $53,000, you probably are like, you know what? That's really not enough to do the things that we want to do in life. We really do need more money. So with that said, the next target is, let's talk about an income. All right. Education is very important. And here in the United States, the average high school teacher earns an income of $55,360. That's the average income for a teacher, a high school teacher. And now we all know how important education is. I mean, even before we knew about the entrepreneurial industry, we always said, go to school, get a good job so you can, and get good grades so you can, you know, graduate, work 40 years, retire off of 40% of what you made after those 40 years.
On that good job.
Right. But we really never give the kudos to the education, the teachers, the ones that sit down in those classrooms and go over those lesson plans to make sure that we get the education. And my hats go off to all of the educators global, not just in the nation, but global. I applaud you. I thank you. But here's one thing about teachers. It doesn't matter even if it's a professor. If a professor at a college makes $80,000 a year, he really can't teach you more than how to make $80,000 a year, because that's where he's capped off at. You know, that's what he earns, that's what he makes, so that's what he's able to teach you how to reach to. That's his plateau, that's his level. But here with our group, we have mentors and teachers that in our back office, they teach us the top producer formula, the team building formula, the mass influence formula. The teachers that we have here on a weekly and consistent basis, they average a 6-figure income a year. So if you're going to learn from a teacher, you want to learn from somebody that can teach you to get to the level where they are. A 6-figure income is an exceptional income. Once you make 6 figures a year, you're at the top 3% of North America's here that earn an income.
You know, there's a little thing that's going around about educators and especially professors where they're cutting this income. And it's called adjuncts. And these are teachers that come in and might teach one class, but they're only getting paid for that class. They're not even on salary or as it's like a substitute teacher, you can say. And there are some of these professors who have PhDs who are at the government offices trying to find public assistants. They never would have thought that going to school, getting that education, that MBA, that PhD, to become a professor at a university, that they will be standing in line looking for assistance.
A lot of these guys are out of work right now, period, looking for employment. I mean, the workforce is really, really a strain here in North America. And a lot of it has to do with, once we get the money, what do we do with it once we have it? I mean, the educational system does not teach financial literacy. And that's a huge problem in North America today. I mean, it's so huge to the point that 77% of American workers have less than $100,000 saved. I'm gonna write that down for them. Guys, that's very, very powerful. 77% of American workers have less than $100,000 on hand. Now, I want you to ask yourself, because we're talking about average now. 77%. So that means 33% of all people that are working have over $100,000. You have over $100,000? If you have over $100,000,
type in the comment section and say, I
have over $100,000. And kudos to you. You're in that top 33%. You're in the upper epsilon. But majority of the people, guys, majority of the people here in America don't have $100,000 because we don't understand financial literacy. And that's why we are in the type of state that we are in financially here now, because we lack that financial education. But on the contrary, on the flip side, what about Australia?
Man, Australia, I want to give you guys kudos, because the majority of your workers, at least 65% of Australians, they do have $100,000.
More than half.
It's like more than half of the adults working have $100,000 saved. Not just coming in.
They haven't put up.
Saved.
Write that number down for them. 77% of U.S. workers don't. But you said 65%?
And then do 65% of Aussies
have $100,000 saved. Now, we're in the network marketing industry, and we're not limited to North America. But we have taken on the fact that we want to help as many people here in North America build their financial net worth. And we've taken that on as a mission, as a family, as a unified couple, to be a blessing to as many North American household families as we possibly can. We want to see you in that top 33%. But you have to believe that you can do it. You have to put in the work to make it happen. And we have a training course put together that can show you and ensure you that you can do it. We won't guarantee it that it'll happen for you, but if you put in the work and you follow the steps, it is a 77% chance that you will make it, as opposed to 33% that you won't. It'll be on the flip side of the coin. If you just get with us, follow the steps that we have laid out for you, because we follow the 6-figure earners. We follow the 7-figure earners, and we follow the steps and do what they tell us to do so that we can get those results. You know, things for us wasn't always a 6-figure income. You know, we had to follow the steps and do what it took, and every day you have, like working out. You know, you can't get big old muscles just by thinking that I'm going to go to the gym and get it.
Or buy the tape and put it in and sit and watch it while you're drinking your water and think the pound's going to fall off. It takes action. You have to put in the work. Too many people think that I signed up for a business. Oh, I did this. Oh, I did that. Now I'm going to make $20,000 in a month. And then they're just sitting there waiting on their email to come in and say your commission is $20,000. They haven't even opened and went in their back office. They haven't even set up anything but expect, come on, is that real?
Of course it's not. And then get mad at me and my wife because their business isn't working. Guys, you have to work the business yourself. You have to dig into the training. You have to learn what it takes, because this is not a job. You know, at a job, yes, it is possible that you can go and sit in your cubicle, sit there for 7.5 hours, do minimal work, and get a check every week. But when you're talking about building a business, you have to work, and you have to put in the work to reach people, because we are in the people industry, and you have to reach people on a daily and a consistent basis in order for you to get results. You have to be a blessing to other people to show them that light at the end of the tunnel. You got to take them through that tunnel. Guys, I can't drive through the tunnel for you. I'm driving through my own, but I take you, look, follow my headlights, and let's go and work this way together. Now, here's another average that we want to share with you guys. And this is about your actual savings. You know that there are 62% of Americans that have less than even $1,000 on hand. 62%, guys, of Americans have less than $1,000. So we used to, actually sit and wonder, like, we're talking to a lot of people, and how come nobody's getting started in business? How come nobody's, making the investment with us to join us in business and get started with us in business? Well, from doing our research and finding out these numbers, we found out that 62% of the people that we're talking to don't even have $1,000. How many of you guys right now watching this video don't have $1,000 in your savings account, or in your shoebox under your mattress, or in that closet, that coat in the back of your closet? You don't have $1,000 stash put away there. 66%. Don't be ashamed if you're one of those 60%. It's a high number, but that comes from a lack of financial education. And with the company that we are working with, our whole goal, our whole premise is teaching financial literacy so that you can build your business, take your family to the next level, and be able to travel and do the things that you want and live where you want to live on your own terms. That's the goal, guys. That's the focus why we do what we do.
In order to do better, you have to know better. And, just generations past to being taught on what we used to do with money. I had grandma, she kept money in a cookie jar. But, she said it was for the grandkids when they come over, they want to go to the candy store. She'd go in the jar, get you a little dollar, get you 50 cents out of there, and go to the candy store. But that was as far as the savings went. We have to go a little bit further. The scriptures tell us that a wise man leaves up an inheritance for his children's children. And when you know that the state of where you live, what's going on, in not just your future, but the children's future. If you know our age, we won't have Social Security. We know definitely our daughter won't have it. There's talk about cutting benefits. What's going to happen then? Will you be able to take care of yourself? Would you be able to, if you don't have $1,000 put up, you know, incidents happen. There's a way that you should have, you know, most people, get you a checking account, get you a savings account. That's only one. But you're putting all your money in one pot. You need to have more than one. You need to have an account for incidentals. Something might happen. You might need a tire. You might, you know, whatever the case may be. You might have to catch the bus because your car broke down and you can't get it fixed for a couple of days. You know, these are incidentals that happen.
Absolutely.
You have to have an account for your bills. That no matter what happened, your bills are taken care of, so you don't be homeless. So these are some things that you have to, you know, think about. There are too many people that are living paycheck to paycheck.
Absolutely.
They're one paycheck away from being homeless. You know, guys, we got to, you know, be adults. Put on the big girl pants, big boy pants, and
stop being average. Stop being average. Start living your life at an exceptional rate. Start expecting more of yourself. We're reading a book right now by Grant Cardone. It's called The 10X Rule. Do everything times 10. So if you're shooting for the stars and you miss, if you shoot for the moon and you miss, you're amongst the stars. You guys know the cliche. You've heard it millions and millions of times, but you have to actually live it. You have to actually do it. You have to put it into effect. Let me get back to some more averages, and let's share the household, the price of a home, the average price of a home here in North America. It is $188,000, call it $188,900 a year. That's the average price of a home right now. It used to be about $250,000, $260,000, but when the what is it called? The housing.
Oh, the housing market crashed.
Right, when the housing market crashed, the price of homes went down. But right now, in 2016, the average price of a home in North America is $189,000. Now, if you can afford to go out and buy $189,000 a house right now, great. That's awesome. You're in the average. And as we have been saying for the past 20 minutes, we are exceptional. We are above average. So right now, you know, people are looking at homes for $500,000, $700,000, upwards of $1 million homes. If you even look at HGTV right now, they're showing the Caribbean homes and all of these other places where people are actually going out talking to realtors, and they ask them, "What's your budget?" And they say $750,000 to $1.5 million, $1.5 million to $2 million. Guys, these people aren't doing anything more except living that 10X. They're living their life at 10X. They're living the exceptional life. They're above average. So you want to definitely take yourself above the average. If you're looking for a house and it's under $189,000, let's up that game. You know, we don't want to be below average. Now here's a average number that really trips me out. And this is the average price of a car in North America. The average price of a car in North America is $31,000. Okay. The average car is $31,000, but 77% of Americans don't even have $100,000. So you're taking a third of what you don't have to buy a new car. Guys, do you see the parity there? A lot of us in North America are financing everything. We're not putting ourselves in position to earn $10, $20, $30, $50, $70, $100,000 a month so that we can pay these things off for cash. And when you talk to a person, when we talk to people about earning $10,000 and $20,000 a month, their vision, their mind can't even see it. And that is frightening.
You know, it amazes me that people can believe the basketball player who gets signed, and they get signed and their contract is $90 million for 4 years. That's not impossible because you just saw it. Right. But why is it that if a basketball player, baseball player, get paid that much money and you can believe it, how come you can't believe that somebody can work and make $40,000 in a month?
You can do it.
You have corporate CEOs who make $40,000, $50,000 in a month. You have millionaires, you know, who are owners of conglomerates, empires that make millions of dollars in a month.
We have friends that's in this same company with us that make $30,000 and $50,000 per month. So what you believe is what you can achieve. What you can see is what you can seize. You have to believe that you can. And once you believe that you can, the universe will align things up in your path so that you can walk right into what you believe in. Some people only believe they can make $3,000 a month, so that's what they will walking in that job that will pay them $1,500 every 2 weeks. Some people believe they can make $10,000 a month, and the universe aligns them with videos just like this one with training that we offer that will show you and teach you how to make $10,000 and $15,000 per month.
Let me tell you something. Take a look yourself in the mirror. And you've heard us talk about what the average person is. Now, mind you, the group that's in average range from the person who sits on the couch all day long, not doing nothing. If he's in that age group and not working, he's still in that age group. And he's considered part of the average. Now, is that what you do? Or do you do other things? Do you, whenever you get a job or whenever you put your mind to something, you try to give, or you give 150%? That makes you above average, because not many people do that. You can look at your job. You can look in your family. You can look in your house, and you'll find that not everybody there gives 150%. It's a small percentage of people that actually does that. So if you have an above average mentality, why are you walking in the realm of average people? It's time to step out of that circle and do what above average people do so you can have the results of the above average person. Not the results of the average person, because you're not average.
Average sucks. Being exceptional is everything.
And you know what's quite interesting? Think about the educational system. When children go to school and they follow directions and they do the work, I mean, come on now. Math is not hard. It's formulas. If you follow the formula, you will always get the right answer. It's simple. But there's still people who go crazy and can't understand math. Okay, they call the child a genius. There's some, who said that? It was a rapper, actually. Lil Wayne said that he was called above average because he paid attention in school. He didn't think that he was smarter than anybody else. He just paid attention and did what the teachers told him to do. And he got good grades, he got awards, he got these things. Why? Because he did what he was told to do. But they call that above average. Now, so if that's above average, what do you call a genius? You see the shows out there, these little kids, 6, 7 years old, doing calculus and all those things. So what do you call them? The statement I'm trying to make is, if you follow, you have the heart and the desire. The reason why he was able to do it was he wanted to. His heart was there. He wanted to learn it. That's why he followed the directions. Just like other people, they don't want to do it. They don't want to learn it. It doesn't matter what you say. They're going to sit and say, okay, if I can get this by sitting on a couch and eating potato chips, then that's what I'm going to do.
Guys, even in our company, there are people that sit on the couch, eat potato chips, and do nothing. We have people that have invested in this business, in our company with us, and they thought that it was going to be an automatic thing, that they just, because they invested, that the business was going to grow on its own for them without them having to do anything. And that's an average mentality. So if you look at our income disclosure, you will see that there are a percentage of people that make no income. And then you will see that there is a percentage of people that make 6 figures and 7 figures. There is an average and there is a median there. Guys, there are people that are in our industry that are just average. There are people that are in our industry that are below average. But here's my call out to you. Choose to be exceptional. Choose to be above average. Working with us, we're going to expect a lot out of you because we expect a lot out of ourselves. We expect to have homes in the Caribbean. We expect to have homes in Florida. We expect to have homes in the mountains. We expect for all of these things to be paid for without a mortgage. That is an exceptional mindset. We know that we have a vehicle that is going to provide that for us. And see, our income disclosure, all results are not typical. But hard work, guys, is not typical either. But we know that there are a lot of guys that are out there that have a dream, that have a vision, and they have a hard work ethic. They just needed a tool to put in front of them. And they needed the training in front of them. And once they follow that training, follow that toolage, follow that system, they will get the results that they so desire. That's what we invite you guys to take a part of with us today. Join the mission with the unified couple. You are above average. You are exceptional. We believe in you. We believe in you like we believed in ourselves, like someone else believed in us, to help us reach the goals and dreams, to dig deep within ourselves, to reach out and say, what is it that you want? Write it down. What is your plan of action? Write it down. Be specific. Take action on it. 10x action to get those results. That's what we expect from you once we move forward with you. So wherever you're watching this video right now, like it, share it. Make sure you take action though. Be above average. Be exceptional. We want to see you guys reach your goals and dreams that you so desire.
You know, we, like my husband said, we believe in you. We believe that it's possible. Why? The evidence is all around you. There's too many people that it already happened to. So why not you? You're no different. You can do exactly what other people have done and get results. See, if you continue to do what you've been doing and expect to get more, you can't continue to walk the path of an average person and expect to have above average results. That won't work. You have to get off that path, get off that road, make a left or right turn, and go on the right road that gets you to above average results. You can't say, hey, this is what I want to do, and you sitting in the car in an average vehicle and say, hey, I'm going to make it to that mountaintop. But it looks like as far as you're going, as you keep going, that mountain is getting smaller and smaller. Something's not right.
Going the wrong way.
You're in the wrong vehicle. You got to turn around, get out that car, and get in the right vehicle that's going to take you straight to the mountaintop. And that's where we'll meet you.
This is Dionyos Royall.
And this is Chef Nicky.
We are
the Unified Couple.
We'll see you guys on the next video. Remember, being average sucks! See you guys later.
Bye.